Your Learning Management System, or LMS, has recently or is about to be upgraded from Moodle version 1.9 to Moodle version 2.x. This training explains the major differences between the versions and shows how you can use the new tools in your course. Docking may be the most noticeable new feature. Blocks can be moved to the Dock section to make the page more spacious and to modify the page view to include only blocks you use the most often. To move a block to the Dock area, click on the rectangular icon to the right of the block title. When your mouse is over the correct icon, a message saying "Move this to the dock" will appear. Blocks are fully functional from the dock. To use a block that you have moved to the dock, scroll the mouse arrow over the block title. The block menu appears. To move a block out of the dock and back into its regular page position, click on the rectangular Undock icon. A main new feature of the navigation block is the My Home link. This link allows you to customize your home page. On this page, you'll find the courses in which you are enrolled, along with information on activities in the course. For instance, assignment due dates and ungraded submissions appear here for instructors. An area for My Private Files also appears on the My Home page. This area allows instructors and students to upload, store, and organize files for use in courses or for private use. The storage space here is limited, so this area should only be used for smaller files. The messaging area options control how you receive notifications. To access the messaging area, click on My Profile Settings under the Settings block. Then, click on Messaging under the Settings block. For each type of notification, you can receive messages by a pop-up notification, email, both, or neither. For example, you can choose to receive email copies of your private messages sent while you are logged in and when you are offline. You can also opt to receive both an email notification and a pop-up notification that appears the next time you log in. Now, let's check out a course to see what changes and additions have been made there. Turning on editing in the course shows two key differences in the way items can be edited and moved. The Move icon allows you to drag and drop an item on the course page anywhere else in the course. This icon can now be used with individual items as well as with whole topics or sections. The Duplicate icon allows you to copy an item. You can then edit the item or leave it identical to the original. In Moodle 2.x, each activity contains a new section called Restrict Access. This section allows the instructor to control student access to items based on completion and grades of other items. The Allow Access From and Allow Access Until settings determine when students can access an activity. The difference between Allow Access From and Available From is that students can still view the activity description outside the set dates with Available From and Allow Access settings, whereas Allow Access From and Allow Access Until keeps students from accessing the item at all outside the set dates. With the Grade Condition setting, instructors may set grade requirements that students must meet before they can access an activity. In this example, students must have a grade of at least 80% on the Lesson 1 quiz activity before they can access this assignment. Any activity can be used as a deciding grade. You may also use course totals and course category totals. To add more grade conditions, click on the Add to Grade Conditions to Form button. The Before Activity Can Be Accessed setting controls how the assignment appears to students before they can access it. Two options exist. If the Hide Activity Entirely option is chosen, students will not see the activity at all if they have not completed the necessary conditions. If the Show Activity Grayed Out with Restriction Information option is chosen, students can see the activity name along with information about what they must accomplish before they are allowed to access the activity. The Activity Completion option allows items to be marked as complete either manually by students or after a specific condition is met. Once an activity is marked as complete, it can serve as a reminder to students of their progress in the course and can feature in the activity completion reported. When used in conjunction with the Restrict Access setting, the activity completion option can be part of the conditions needed for access to be granted to an activity. There are three options for completion tracking. Do not indicate activity completion. This turns off completion tracking for this activity. Students can manually mark the activity as completed. This allows students to manually mark activities as complete. And show activity as complete when conditions are met. This allows the instructor to set conditions for an activity to be marked as complete. When the third option is chosen, instructors can opt to require view, meaning the activity is complete after it has been viewed by the student, or require grade, which means the activity will not be marked as complete until a grade is given for the activity. Finally, the instructor may set an expected completion date. This date is not shown to students and is only displayed in the activity completion report. This report is generated under the navigation block under the Course Short Name tab. Click on Reports and the Activity Completion Report link appears. A rubric can be created and used for any assignment. To do this, first set grading method in the assignment to rubric. Then click Save and Display at the bottom of the page. The Advanced Grading page appears. If creating a new rubric, click Define New Grading Form from Scratch. On the screen that appears, name and build the rubric. Click the first box to name the first criteria that graders will look for in an assignment. For this example, we'll use grammar. Next, build in the different levels students can receive. Point values are given for each level. To add an additional level, click the Add Level button. To add a new criterion, click the Add Criterion button. The rubric can have as many levels and criteria as needed, with as much detail in each level as needed. Additional options can be set to allow the evaluator and student to see the points for each level, to allow the grader to add text comments for each criteria, and to allow students to see those comments. Once saved, a rubric can be used in any assignment in any course for which you have instructor access. To access a rubric you have previously created, from the Advanced Grading page, select Create New Grading Form from a template. Search for your rubrics by clicking the Include My Own Forms box and clicking Search. Then, find the rubric you wish to use and select Use this form as a template. You may then further edit the rubric to apply to the assignment. To grade an assignment with a rubric, click on the X attempts have been made on this assignment link from the main assignment page. Scroll over and click on the Grade link. The rubric appears here. Click on the option that best fits the student's submission. When finished, click on Save or Save and Show Next to go to the next student assignment. The student's grade is automatically calculated from the rubric selections and reported to the gradebook. The final area of major changes to Moodle 2.x is in the quiz area. The main change is in an area called Question Behavior. This setting previously covered only adaptive mode, but has been altered to include various ways a quiz can be delivered. Options include Adaptive mode. This setting allows students to resubmit a question multiple times without submitting the entire exam. Each time students get the answer wrong, they are penalized a point percentage determined within each question. Adaptive mode No Penalties works just like the adaptive mode, but students are not penalized for missed answers. The Deferred Feedback setting forces students to submit the entire exam before they receive any feedback. Deferred Feedback with CBM adds the feature of Certainty-Based Marking, or CBM. CBM forces students to decide how sure they are of their own chosen answer. The response to both the question and the CBM affects their points. The only way students can get full credit is to choose the correct answer and choose Very Sure. The immediate feedback setting allows students to submit one question at a time, receiving feedback as they work through the exam. By selecting Immediate Feedback with CBM, students may submit one question at a time, receiving feedback as they work through the exam with the CBM feature. The Interactive with Multiple Tries option allows students to get hints and feedback while working through the exam. Manually Graded. This option turns off automatic grading and sets every question for manual grading. For further details about all these new features, please click on the link in the Help Center on your Moodle portal.